You ever notice sometimes you eat some crap food and then you start, and I know it's satisfactory, but then all of a sudden you start to feel foggy? Man, I've been feeling that all day long today. Just this brain fog that's going on. And I got to believe it has something to do with the giant 5-meat stuffed crust pizza I had last night. Ron Gourley is the founder of, is it CurcuminPro, a supplement company that develops products, antioxidants and anti-inflammatory stuff. And Ron, it was only a 4-meat pizza, but then I added chicken chunks to it last night. And I feel like that's having an effect on my brain today.
It's CurcuminPro, and you know what? It probably had a lot of effect on your brain. The whole question becomes whether that chicken was further processed or whether that chicken was actually a whole muscle chicken, right? So
it was. It was whole muscle, and I grilled it, so that part was good.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
You're ahead of most of the people.
Oh, good.
You know, the problem is it's a great conversation. It's a little bit complex because how our gut and our brain work together, right? In Oriental medicine, they always talk about yin yang, right? But the brain and the gut are yin yang. They're mirrors of each other. And in the United States, we just in the last 20 years started studying how the microbiome, like the bacteria in your gut, affect your brain. And it's amazing because we've probably taken it further than Oriental medicine in terms of the fact they understood it and they worked with it, but we've taken it to a science and we're still developing that science. But here's the reality. You ever hear the thing about, hey, you know what? I got a pit in my stomach?
Yeah.
Stress in your brain. So I've got my brain is like working and I'm stressed out and I got fear and I got all this stuff going on. You get a pit in your stomach. That is a direct connection, and there's called the vagus nerve. There's a direct connection in our bodies between the food we put in, the energy we get out, and how our brain operates. And I love the conversation that's coming to light because it's something we work on in our company about helping people understand that, you know, these things matter, that, you know, garbage in, garbage out, but the same side is, what do I actually put in my body? How do I know what to do?
Yeah, and then we always say our gut health, but it's really the intestines, right? And isn't it, our intestines kind of tell the brain, yes, you're doing something right, or no, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, and it does it through energy. So all those little bacteria that are sitting in there, so those guys break down energy, food, and so neurotransmitters, these really cool things that tell our brain what to do. So these neurotransmitters, they happen in your gut. That's where they happen. That's only one of the things that happens, but the neurotransmitters goes up and it's your brain needs these. And one of the key ones, I'll give this to your listeners, choline, it's choline. Choline is 90% deficient in the diet in America because we don't get enough in our foods. I mean, it comes from beef liver and eggs and different things. Here's reality. Those neurotransmitters that we're deficient in, we need them from conception to the end of life. And we don't put enough in our brain, and we wonder why our brains aren't functioning the way we want. I just gave you one of the reasons. We're not actually feeding our bodies with the things we need.
Yeah, in fact, I think Dolly Parton was telling us about that, too, with her song, right? Choline, choline, choline.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, we should redo that song for nutrition.
Yeah. But this can also lead, you know, you talked about some of the things our brain needs, but that also leads to things like mental health deficiencies too, right? I mean, some of the mental health issues that people are facing can come back to some of their diet.
Well, absolutely, it comes back to diet. And it comes back to diet because, again, gut health issues, when you deprive your body of nutrition, so let's say further processed, when you were talking about ultra-processed foods becomes, as soon as you take foods from their natural state and start processing them to the point you have chemicals on labels you don't understand, you're eating ultra-processed foods, which means that you might get a caloric intake and it tastes really good, but it has no nutritional value to your cells. Here's the problem. Your brain needs fed. And if you're not if you're eating the food to satisfy your belly, but not understanding that your brain's not getting any energy from it, what you're going to get is depression and anxiety and a lot of other things too, because it leads to obesity, non-alcoholic fatty liver diseases, and other things. Our bodies were meant to eat specific foods to help us. That's the way it works. And when we don't do it, and we can't be surprised, we should not be surprised, that eating these foods that are really, I call them non-foods, they're pretend foods. They're not even foods. But
Right.
these pretend foods that big food has come out with, because they're cheap, they're inexpensive, they have long shelf lives on them, they taste really good. They're amazing at that, by the way. They do a really good job with that. But here's the reality. You're going to pay a price when you don't give your body what it wants, and then it comes back and it says, hey, yeah, you didn't feed my brain today.
Yeah, and then it's not happy with us for the next day or two. Actually, it's upset with us, even when we try to get back on track. Ron, pleasure talking with you, man. I really love talking about this stuff. I know a number of people are trying to figure out, what can I do to get rid of that brain fog? What can I do to feel better? What can I do to lower stress? And so much of that, I think, comes right from the gut. Founder of CurcuminPro, supplement company that
it's CurcuminPro.
Curcumin. CurcuminPro.
And by the way, cpro.shop. Check out Brain Boost. For all your guys, we worked on this for a long time, and we have solutions.
All right. cpro.com, you said?
Yeah, cpro.shop.
That shop. Okay.
Check out Brain Boost, and your listeners can look at how we began to address this problem, knowing that people aren't going to change their behaviors.
All right. CurcuminPro, cpro.shop. And they've got the supplements and things, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, and things like that. Ron, did I get it right?
Yeah, great talking to you guys. I enjoy these conversations.
Very good. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you.